The chair broke in his hands. Not the first one. Not even the worst one. By then, Matteo had already stopped counting how many things had fallen apart. He only wanted to know why everything he built seemed to collapse before it could hold anyone. Matteo worked with his hands. He measured twice, sanded slowly, ran his thumb along every edge like he was trying to make something gentle enough to stay in the world. He built chairs, small tables, shelves for narrow apartments, pair pieces for people who wanted old things to last a little longer. It started as a side business. Then it became a hope. Then it became the thing he was quietly betting his future on. He wanted to help his mother with the bills. He wanted to stop living one late payment away from panic. He wanted to build something real enough that no one could call it a dream anymore. In the beginning, the work felt beautiful. Fresh wood stacked against the wall. Pencil sketches spread across the bench. Warm sawdust in the morning light. A mug of coffee, going cold while he forgot the time. Back then, even the hard days still felt full of possibility. Then, things started going wrong. A chair leg cracked during finishing. Just stood there, staring at it, the piece still in his hand, like he could somehow put the hour back inside it. A customer canceled after he'd already spent money on the wood. A shelf arrived damaged after delivery, and the buyer sent a short message that somehow hurt more than anger. He spent 2 nights building a small table only to find the top had warped by morning. Then came the market weekend. He loaded everything carefully, stacked each piece in the van like it mattered, because it did. Set up the stall before sunrise, smoothed the cloth, lined up the chairs, stepped back and, for one brief moment, felt proud. Then the rain came. Not soft rain, not passing rain. The kind that arrives like a decision. The cloth sagged, the wood darkened. People ran for cover. One chair tipped sideways into the mud. Water beaded across a tabletop he had spent hours sanding smooth. He stood there in the middle of it, soaked and helpless, trying to cover too many things with 2 hands. That night, when he got home, he smelled like wet wood and failure. Still, he kept going. That was the part no one really saw. The splinters in his fingers. The receipts stuffed into his back pocket. The calculations that never worked out right. The way he underpriced his work just to make a sale. Then sat at the table realizing he had sold something beautiful and still could not cover the cost of making it. The workshop started filling with almosts. A chair missing one stable leg, shelf leaning against the wall because the finish had gone wrong. A stack of sketches for orders that never came back. A corner full of wood he could not afford to waste and could not yet afford to replace. Every setback was small enough to survive. That was the problem. None of them destroyed him all at once. They just kept returning, quietly, repeatedly, relentlessly, and little by little the work changed. He stopped humming while he sanded, stopped talking about future plans, stopped lifting finished pieces with pride. The workshop no longer felt like a place where something was being built. It started feeling like a room where disappointment kept taking shape. Then something worse happened. The failures stopped feeling like things that happened to his work. It started feeling like proof about him. Maybe I am not made for this. Maybe some people are meant to create, and some are only meant to almost create. Maybe I keep calling this persistence because I do not want to admit what it really is. One night, long after dark, Matteo carried a returned piece back into the workshop. Small side table, corner cracked, leg loose, customer disappointed. He set it down on the bench and did not move for a while. Then he looked around, at the warped boards, the broken chair leg, the rain-stained market cloth, the receipts, the invoices, the unfinished pieces leaning against the wall like tired men. And for the first time, he stopped trying to clean the failure up. He brought everything into the middle of the room. One by one, he laid it out across the floor. Broken parts, returned orders, wet receipts, cracked wood, bad measurements, gutches. He spread them out like evidence. And there, in the middle of all that collapse, something shifted. Because now that he was looking at all of it at once, he could finally see what he had missed, while he was only grieving each failure one at a time. Not everything had failed the same way. Some joints had held, some measurements had improved, some designs were stronger than the earlier ones. Some pieces broke because he rushed the finishing. Some warped because he stored the wood wrong. Some failed because he was exhausted. Some failed because he was learning materials the hard way. But failure had not been random. It had been speaking. and he had only been hearing humiliation. That night, Mateo asked himself a different question. Not, why does everything I build fall apart? But, what if every collapse has been trying to teach me how to build something stronger? That was the moment the work changed, not because life suddenly got easier. Not because the next morning came with a miracle, because he stopped treating every obstacle like a verdict. He started treating it like information. He repaired the broken table instead of throwing it away. He rewrote his prices, changed the way he stored the wood. He rebuilt one chair from the ground up, slower this time. The workshop still held unfinished things, but it no longer felt haunted, felt honest. And maybe that is the truth no one tells you when everything you build keeps falling apart. Sometimes the obstacle is not there to stop you. Sometimes it is the part of the road that teaches your hands how to do what your hope alone never could. Some failures expose weakness. Some failures teach structure. Some failures strip your ego away until all that is left is the part of you that is willing to learn. That does not make failure easy. It makes it useful. And if you are in the season where nothing seems to hold, this is for you. If you are tired of fixing what keeps breaking, this is for you. If you have started confusing delay with defeat or mistakes with identity, this is for you. You are not foolish because it is taking longer than you hoped. You are not weak because you are tired. Just because things keep falling apart does not mean you are not building something real. Maybe you are learning what can hold. Maybe you are becoming someone whose hands know more now than they did when they started. Maybe the thing that keeps resisting you is not proof to stop. Maybe it is shaping you. You are not behind. You are in the part where strength stops looking loud and starts looking steady. Subscribe to Dragonfly Whisper. Dragonfly whispers for the soul. Every week a story worth remembering. One whisper at a time.